America, listen up. You've seen electric trucks, you've seen family EVs. You've even seen a few electric sports cars try to make waves. But you have never seen anything quite like this. Introducing the GAC Barchetta. A radical, all-electric concept from GAC design that's not just breaking the mold, it's throwing it off a cliff, roofless, windshieldless, and flatter than your grandma's ironing board. This thing isn't just a car, it's a rolling design statement that's making even the wildest concept cars from Europe and Silicon Valley look tame. So why should you care? Because the GAC Barchetta represents a new kind of EV vision. One that could influence the next generation of electric sports cars on American roads now. Let's dive in, starting with the exterior. The GAC Barchetta doesn't just challenge conventions, it ignores them completely. The car sits impossibly low. So low in fact that when it's parked, it looks more like a futuristic sculpture than something meant to move. The body is smooth, clean, and almost seamless. No hard edges, no clutter. Just a fluid surface in a deep maroon shade that changes tone depending on the light, but color, a rich wine red with pearlescent sheen. Feels luxurious and bold. Exactly the kind of statement piece that would turn heads on LA boulevards or Miami highways. The front and rear lighting are razor thin, slicing through the body with sharp horizontal lead lines that give off a Tron-like vibe. There's no traditional grille, no vents, just purity of form. The wheels now, those are wild, hollowed-out triangular steel bar structures anchor them in place, giving the car a floating, almost cyberpunk energy. Think of them as moving sculptures in motion. This is the kind of visual presence that could make your average Tesla Roadster blush moving inside. And yes, despite the missing roof and windshield, there is an interior. What GAC has done here is rethink what the cockpit of an electric sports car can be. The seats are low-slung bucket style, cradled into the carbon frame. They're wrapped in a futuristic fabric that looks like suede but is made from recycled materials. Soft to the touch, but built to endure harsh weather and sun exposure. There's no traditional dashboard. Instead, you get a clean, narrow digital panel stretching across the driver's view. Minimal distractions, maximum data space is surprisingly decent for a car this flat. You're not going to haul the family to a soccer game, but to average-sized American adults will find enough room to enjoy a spirited drive. Legroom, as tight headroom, is unlimited, of course. There's no roof storage-wise, you're not getting much, but there's a small frunk area up front for a backpack, or maybe a helmet, because let's be honest, you'll need one, especially if you plan to take this thing on the freeway without a windshield now. Onto the tech. This is where things start to feel familiar to the American EV audience. GAC has packed the bike with a streamlined suite of software features. The steering yoke, yes, it's a yoke, not a wheel, is embedded with haptic feedback controls. You can adjust driving modes, control media, and trigger voice assistant functions, all from the grip. There's full smartphone integration, wireless of course, and the system runs on GAC's proprietary OS, which connects to cloud services for live navigation, traffic, weather, and over-the-air updates. Music comes alive through a premium directional speaker, setup tailored to deliver crisp sound, even without an enclosed cabin. Think spatial audio tuned to follow your head movement now. Performance, this is where it really gets fun. The GAC Barchetta is built as a rear-wheel drive EV with an electric motor, tuned for torque over pure top speed. It's not about hitting 200 miles per hour. It's about instant low to mid-range acceleration. We're talking 0 to 60 in the low 3-second range, which makes it a direct rival to performance trims of the Lucid Air and Tesla Model S Plaid battery range that's still in concept phase. But estimates put it around 280 to 300 miles per charge, which is more than enough for canyon carving or a long coastal cruise. Charging speeds. Our fast GAC is reportedly working on 350 kilowatt charging compatibility, which means you could get from 20% to 80% in under 20 minutes. And yes, it's expected to be CCS compatible, perfect for US charging networks. Home charging is, of course, supported with standard level 2 options. Ride quality is stiff, as you'd expect from a car this low, but the steering is precise, responsive, with great feedback through the yoke. Suspension tuning is race-inspired, and while it won't glide over potholes like an SUV, it hugs the road with confidence. The lack of a roof means you hear everything, but that's part of the charm. There's no engine sound, just the subtle whine of the motor and the wind tearing past. Now safety, it's a concept, so there are limits, but GAC has hinted at integrating advanced driver assistance features. Think adaptive cruise lane, centering blind spot warnings. The usual suite we see in vehicles, aiming for a 5-star NHTSA safety rating. The real challenge will be meeting us, rollover and impact standards without a roof or windshield. But if this ever gets to production, expect removable safety structures or helmet requirements for road legality. So, what's the verdict? The GAC Barchetta isn't for everyone. It's not trying to be. This is a concept for those who value design over practicality, emotion over function. It's for the kind of driver who wants to make a statement, not just commute. It's not going to carry groceries or survive a New York winter, but it will turn heads, spark conversations, and maybe even shape the way American EVs approach sports car minimalism in the future. Pros: striking design that's unlike anything else. Fast acceleration and engaging drive feel unique. Tech layout that blends modern software with futuristic hardware. American-compatible charging tech and decent projected range. Cons: no roof, no windshield, not family-friendly, limited cargo space, and still a concept. So, who's it for? Think design enthusiasts, tech-forward early adopters, weekend drivers in warm weather states. California, Arizona, Florida. It's for the EV collector who already owns the Plaid and the Taycan and wants something even more exclusive, and that is the GAC. Roofless, futuristic, bold, and maybe just the spark American EV design didn't know it needed until now.